you like your speed runs kind of like, you know, slow to moderate, this is going to be the perfect speed run for you. Because Bonk does not move fast. I got to tell you, so I had all these Canadian jokes planned, but now I feel like they've already been done at this point in the marathon. So anyway, we're going to keep it going. I think, so Dave, I'll probably just give you a 3, 2, 1. I guess that'll probably be the best way to do this. Okay.
Yes, I'm in the shadows, recropping everything because I'm an idiot, but we're ready to go. And yes, so whenever you want to count down, like 3, 2, 1, go, I am good.
Fantastic. Here we go, folks. Let me get actually off screen. Okay, before actually I pop on this thing really quick. If you've never played Turbografix-16, there's actually turbo switches on the controller, so that is legal, valid as far as like speedrunning goes and all that stuff. There are 3 different categories that we currently have on leaderboards, and all of them just correspond to these different mode selects. If you were to play practice, you only have to do 1 level, intermediate 4 levels, expert and 7 levels. And the great thing about it, if you've never done a speed run before, consider the practice stage of this one. It's less than 4 minutes. It's super, you know, super quick. Anybody could do it. And it's actually the most popular category of all of these. So, Dave, here we go. I'm going to give you the countdown. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? The current world record holder. Lisa's in the chat. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So so Bonk's Revenge is the second game that came out on the console, and if you weren't alive, or maybe you didn't have a Turbografx-16, or maybe you grew up in the States and you never heard of this thing, Bonk was kind of like the Mario or the Sonic of the console, if you will. Even though it didn't, you know, the console wasn't that popular here in the States, so to say there was a mascot for it, I'm not sure exactly what that's saying, but it is a thing. There's a couple different things we can do here as far as the speedrunning and the tech goes, and I'm going to be kind of showing you some of the, what I'd like to call the old school strats. Lisa and a lot of the, and Great John and Memory Tasks have uncovered some really awesome new strats that are all RTA viable, that are about 2 minutes faster than my current PB. And it's kind of interesting timing because I've been trying to learn some of the new strats, but I literally just started this week, so. Oh, there we go. Get the beats and jets. We have some rage. So one of the things that a lot of the run you'll see is routed and move. It's all based kind of around, that was slow, is based around getting meat. I'm going to get another one here just to play this. Because as you notice, when you have the Bonk move, you move a lot faster. And so, especially if you're trying to speedrun the game, you do want to go a little bit quicker, hopefully, than just walking around kind of thing. So, anywho, a lot of where I'm going, where I'm headed, is all based around kind of getting as many beats as I possibly can. Now, based on Epic Neon Ninja Monkey's recommendation, I'm playing with a controller that I haven't had a lot of practice with in this game, because why not? You know, this is Junkyard Dave's marathon. Let's keep it loose. Let's keep it relaxed. And let's try some new things while we're out here. I am going to be getting some extra lives because, you know, I may not have practiced as much as I probably should have for this, so we're going to get some extra lives just to play it a little bit safe. Interesting side note to the game, all of like the burgers and fries and all the high cholesterol foods in this game, all they do is give you points. But if you get the fruits and the vegetables, that's how you regenerate your life here. Were they subliminally, or were they, you know, were they trying to tell kids something as far as what to eat when they were growing up? I don't know. Okay, so when you see me spin across the room like that, that's actually having the turbo engage, another extra life, just so I don't have to get later on in the run. There are all these different meats all around trying to get. That's a good point, Doug. Points do make you happy as well. In this game, they actually do mean something. So every 20,000 points, you get an extra life. And the old route used to actually have some intentional death and damage to it. The newer one, you don't have to anymore, so... Oh my god. So I'm ground pounding, and I'm actually doing damage to this... I'm going to do the old school here. When you ground pound, you do actually do damage to the boss here. Food benefits in this game are unrealistic. Well, you know. And that's the first boss. First level, done. If you were to pick up the practice category, your speed run would be over. You could go on with your day. You could get another run in. Just saying, if you've ever wanted to consider a speed run in your life. Let me pitch you a little bit on Bonk's Revenge here. Okay. Oops, went a little bit over there. So once again, just trying to spin through some of this stuff. You can actually keep your momentum going through the water when you spin like that. Not the most. There are a couple of situations where it's sort of practical for the RTA run. Not many, but there are some. There are some spots in Bonk's Adventure that work. That kind of a thread. Bonk's Adventure is the first game of the series, and then there's also Bonk 3. You could probably skip Bonk 3, just say it. This is my favorite Bonk game, and Bonk's Adventure is kind of an interesting and different speedrun altogether. Even though I feel like this game has the better engine and things like that, just like the game just feels a little better in my fingers for this one. Doesn't mean other one is better than the other, but it's completely different speed strats for Bonk's Adventure than compared to this game. Kind of a whole different set of runners, actually, as well. Rip Bonk 3. Throwing shade on Bonk 3. I have some issues with Bonk 3. I still run it because Great John and I do this run of all 3 Bonk games called the Bonk Trilogy. And I've been ending with Bonk 3. My life, I gotta tell you, the run got a lot more interesting when I stopped ending with Bonk 3. It might be because we just haven't found or uncovered as many strats and interesting tech in Bonk 3 that I don't find it as interesting. Or some of the game feels a bit uninspired. So definitely my opinion, you know. Take it for what you will, form your own, but I'm gonna take this just a little bit safer here so I don't have to fall down and stuff like that. Why does Bonk 3 suck? So I wish I could say it any better, but it's just kind of boring. So it almost feels like they did some weird things to the they used the Bonk 1 engine, not this one. And oh, dude, that was a weird one. Hello game. Thank you. So it feels much different than this game in the first one, and then they slowed it down a little bit. You're a little bit more floaty. I don't know. Yeah, super Bonk. I know we could. It wouldn't be. What's the word for 5? Not trifecta, but like the. This is some of my favorite music in the game. Just a nice, chill, relaxed soundtrack you got going here. So as far as like when the Turbografix-16 was around, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's going to be a little bit of an issue, but not a big one. We actually have a backup strat right here. So. Oh, come on. I forgot my train of thought here, but I was just saying that this age is, apparently the 8 and 16-bit era. At some point, you got to have some ice physics in the game, and that's this version for Bonk. The Turbografix-16 is kind of like this bridge between the 8 and 16-bit era of gaming. It wasn't I don't know. I'm not that technical, so I don't know the full, why it's not completely a 16-bit system. But it does some. I mean, you can just tell the audio's got some really great, nice things to it. Really great colors. I love it. I mean, one of the things I really like about the Bonk game is it's got a lot of these really fun sprites and things like that. Cute snow people, exactly, Mondello. Here, there are some interesting kind of mechanics of meat and being powered up like this. So, if you lose your meat status while you're playing, you can actually still keep your momentum depending on what you're doing. So if like you were spinning and things like that, I'm not going to be keeping it here, which is okay. For this part, it doesn't matter too much. It matters for the next part a little more. So if I lost my meat while I was in midair and spinning, you would keep some of that momentum going. So you can use some of that to your advantage depending on where you are in the game. Okay, now it's a little more important to keep the meat here. So the goal here is to get to the boss as fast as I can. If I can get there with still some meat powered up, I will have to do a few less cycles, which is kind of a nice little thing, especially in a speed run. Oh, it's going to be a little bit small. Oh, no. Okay, well, we might save one hit. We'll find out. See if I can get there. Just missed that. I missed it by just a wee bit. There we go. If you let go of the direct range jump, you keep your speed there. Thank you, Lisa. somebody who can speak more intelligently on the game than I can. So we are going to have one less cycle. Typically, you want to do this boss in 3 cycles. The boss, it takes five hits unpowered up to beat. And if you can get there with fully meat powered, you only have to do 3 hits instead of 5. And it's a lot faster to seduce the boss. Typically, that's where you would have hopefully ended your boss fight. But being that I missed my jump by just a little bit. Yeah, you know, Base Guy, I think it's kind of pretty cool. So this console was quite popular in Japan, from my understanding. And when I first got into recollecting it, because I did have it growing up as a kid, and I have some of my old games, but nobody has been able to find the console itself in my family's house. And I'm hoping one day it'll be unearthed. But so I ended up picking up a PC Engine, and when I first got into it, it was actually significantly less expensive to go the PC Engine route and collect for that. So I'm actually playing this on a Core Graphics right now. The nice thing is that a lot of these games are available nowadays pretty easily. We were lucky enough to get a PC Engine and a Turbografix-16 Mini, so that's a great way to start this. The Virtual Console has really great versions of this game. When Great John and I started running this game, that was the version both him and... Oh, he was playing on emulator. That was nice. These little dinosaurs are the devil. Okay, I'm just going to say. A lot of times you'll see me clearing out purple dinosaurs because, well... Oh, this is Dave's channel. Like I say, it's because they're assholes, okay? They're just complete jerks. Okay, first little skip here. Take a little damage, bonk your head off there. That skips around a minute or so, which is really great for a speed run. Okay, turbo was off there for a second. Just double check it. And now we have a second little skip here, and Elisa just uncovered a backup strat here. Let's see if we can get it. Well, thankfully we're not going to need the... Oh, maybe we'll need the backup strat. Let's try it out. Okay, we're taking the long way around. So I had the strat there. I just didn't pull it off. We're going to take the long way around because I haven't practiced the new backup at all. So the joys. So if you'd like to see an extra minute of the game, here's your chance. Get comfortable. Grab some coffee. This is, if you're playing the game for the first time, this is the way you'd be going probably. And let me tell you, it's scenic. A lot to see. We're back at the beginning of the level. Lisa, I got to tell you, now I kind of wish I would have practiced that backup you uncovered just like literally yesterday or today. Oh well, what are you going to do, right, folks? Why are there so many boxes? That's a great point. And there are random drops that go along with the boxes. Interestingly enough, the task does make use of that mechanic a little bit. And I can't imagine how long it took memory to grind for some random drops there. But we have recovered. Oh, that didn't mean to do that. Oops, down the water here. Swimming is a really slow process in this game. However, if you're a crab, which you will see later on in the game, it actually makes it a lot faster. And it's one of the newest, I wouldn't say newest, now we've seen it for at least a year or so, but it's one of the ways that Lisa and Memory and others discovered how to move faster later on in the game, which you will see a bit of. Using it to the advantage. Oh, Captain Cook, Captain Crook, Captain Hook. I don't even know what his actual name is. Oh, that was not what I was trying to do. Try this again. Get ready for me to come down here so we can... Well, I was trying to save a life, and there you go. Let's try this again. Why am I moving all over the place? Usually Bonk is supposed to just stay in place there, but... What you're going to do is, you know what, Kidden or Kaiden? That's exactly it. And this is it. So I've had this long-standing goal. Currently, my PB is 24 something. Kind of embarrassing nowadays, considering how long I've been playing the game. I started speedrunning this in 2018. But I do have this. I've had this long-standing goal about getting a sub 24. Now this is before I had, I had set that goal before these new strats were developed and discovered. So the goal for 2022 is to make the, 23 something, but realistically 22, which, with the newest strat should be quite achievable. Once again, I'm going to be getting a ton of meat here. With a little bit of luck, it'll help us get through the next 2 screens. We're still on the same stage. Stage 5. We're on round 5, and it's the only stage in the game where there isn't a boss fight. So, we're not going to have some cute cutscene with some funny slang word at the end of the game. Unfortunately, we're just all going to have to be disappointed if we have to play. Okay, so we're going to do this without me. Totally fine. Now, if you ever decide to pick this game up as a speedrun, you put speedrun in air quotes. Oh, geez. You're probably going to die on this stage. It's just one of those things that happens. Like you're about to see it. In fact, I'm probably... yeah, okay. It's actually not the worst time in the world to take a death, so... I'm going to try to avoid some other damage. That guy is not letting me. This guy's not in the best position. We're going to take some more intentional damage here. So there is some really cool things you can do with intentional damage in this game. A lot of times, like, you get these really nice and cool power boosts, or, boosts one way or the other. And those can be really helpful. We use them to our advantage quite often. Bonk is not for you. Epic, I don't blame you. The speed saunter, exactly, base. The most active they've seen in 1,000 years. Well, that's true. We are in the prehistoric times, I guess. Okay, we're on to round 6. It's the last one before round 7, which will be kind of like a sort of boss rushy thing. We'll see in a sec. Once again, not a surprise. We're going to be working our way towards getting some meat. It's funny. Okay, well, that's totally fine. I'm curious, where on the continent this game might have been set. But apparently, I take that. It's set in Moonland, so... which I believe is somehow related to Canada, but, who knows. Okay, I'm going to be... So, we talked about purple dinosaurs being, buttholes earlier on. It's a little bit slower to clear out all of those dinosaurs, but they can really cause you some issues. Oh, geez. If you don't clear them out. So, well, and if you notice when you're fully powered up, many have claimed that Bonk's head does look like a big butt. So, here's a Canadian. I want to know. Oh. Try to get in there. Okay, we did. Little tight jump there. I know this looks silly and slow, but I get hit if you get hit if you don't do that. So we're making our way up. All this is fun platforming stuff. We're heading towards the boss of this stage, which is Rocket Man. I think that's actually. Oh, geez, that happened. Oh, the first time that's happened. And there's something we call the fast kill on Rocket Man. We'll try to do it, but it's a bit inconsistent for me right now. I have it in a couple of my PBs, but since coming back to the game, I have not found quite the rhythm yet. So. The Donka Bonk. Totally agree that they're way easier than Bonk one. Totally agree. getting over there. Okay. So what you want to do is kind of get this rhythm on Rocket Man and get him over in the right-hand corner. And I'm not getting even close to any of these, so I think we all won't hit. So it's okay. It's a fair backup strat. There we go. Okay, so we're on to the last stage of Bonk's Revenge here, and in almost, I think, every Bonk game, the last stage is like half the game. So that we literally just play through half the game only. I'm not even kidding. But so there are going to be these 4 elevators that have 4 different stages in them, but all of them lead to the bosses you've already played through in the game. Nice little cutscene, right? Hey, fancy Turbografix-16 there. I am going to try to do the new strats, but I have not been able. I don't have a high success level with the current strat, so let me put it that way. But you're going to see a part of a little bit what's going on. Thankfully, ooh, that's good. Thankfully, we have enough lives to save, backup lives here to save us. Hence, getting the extra lives, getting the extra lives earlier on in the run. This is specifically why for this part here. Especially because if you game over at this point, you start all the way back at the beginning of all the elevators. So definitely don't want to do that. There are other people in the marathon who actually want to be able to play their game. So, you know, want to keep moving on with that. This does not look like, oh, brutal. Missed that one. Brutal epic. So Epic Neon Ninja Monkey and I have a race, 2 races coming up in a sec on Sunday, and there may be a little friendly wager here that whoever is the loser has to play a game that the other one picks for them. And I had a feeling that Epic wouldn't like Bonk's Revenge at all, so I said, "Hey, how about Bonk's Revenge?" Let's try this here. I think probably that's good. This is not the most mission critical one. There's a meat up there that I was trying to get, but thankfully it's not essential to what we're trying to do here. The meat later on in the stage room. Yes, I know. Speedruns in quotes, please. Speedrun in quotes. So here we are. Now we are Crab Bonk. Kind of slow and not really able to do a lot of things on land, but as we get over to the water section, you'll see why this is a little bit helpful. Because I'm not meat powered up, doesn't matter if I'm crab here or not. Because we're about to be crab again. Kronk. I know. There's a very unlikely and low probability of me actually beating Epic in these races. We're racing Alice in Wonder Dream and Legend of Hiratoma. And both those games, I've never beaten Epic once, and his PBs are significantly faster than mine. But whatever, we're going to try anyway. You never know. Epic could break his arm during the run. You never know. Okay, here we go. So here we're going to get some meat here. Yeah, thanks, Lisa. I appreciate it. Oh, no! That guy just attacked me in a way that he never has before. That's a real bummer. Well, I can't do those strats, folks. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. That was a total sad face. That was a total mistake, too. This is why I put the old 30-minute estimate when I play this game. You never know what could happen. Hey, Supersonic, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? Jeez, we are totally doing this the old-fashioned way. You pick it. Yeah, hands up in the chat. Is Darkwing Duck on the Turbografix-16 a good game or a bad game? I'm just saying. I guess if you haven't played it, you might not know, but I don't want to be that guy, but the controls, they lack a little bit to be desired. That's all I'm saying. Best game? Questionable. I mean, all I can say is Darkwing Duck is no Bonk's Revenge, but, you know, or Bonk 3 for that matter. Good speed game. Well, okay, so that's an interesting point. there are some games out there for sure that maybe aren't the best casual playthrough, if you will. That's what I need. But I'll tell you, oh, this is actually a little bit of a problem. Now we can do this. But the speed tech in them, you know, good stuff. So, Yogi plus Baby's Kid. Baby's Kids. Did anybody actually ever see that movie in the theaters? It was a movie. I don't know what to say about it, but okay. So what you would want to do here is when you're in the crab state, you can actually take a meat power up with you. So you don't actually lose your meat power up if you're in a crab state. So that's the like you wanted to take the meat with you over to this boss fight so you can reduce the amount of time to hit this thing. Instead, I'm going to take some intentional damage, some intentional death here. It was a movie, yes. Instead, I'm going to take some damage here. You know, maybe I shouldn't die. Yeah, let's be smart about this. So this is the intended strat, but waiting for the princess to give you a little leg it can be a bit slow to say the least. We have to wait for these 2 long cycles. So I don't know. Anybody got any good Canadian jokes? Throw them in the chat. Now's the time. Awkward of a crossover with it. I know. Why didn't that ever happen? Where the crossover everyone wanted. Bebe's Kids and Bonk. I tell you, we were deprived as children, folks. Bonk's Kids. The film you didn't even know we wanted. Oh, right. But it has to be set in Canada. Well, absolutely. And, whatever Canadian stereotype we could fit in the movie, I guess you'd have to, right? It's snowing, everyone's nice. What else can we throw in there? Self-deprecating. No, the whole bit. So this is the last elevator stage we're going to do. And as you can probably have guessed at this point, it's going to feature the round 1 boss fight. And this is basically how you would do it in any speed run. We're not powered up here. We had to share. Good times. One of the nice things about if you play this game on emulator or virtual console or anything like that, you can actually map the button, one of your extra buttons, to the turbo button. On the original console, there isn't any such tech like that. So what I do is I actually have to keep the turbo engaged the entire run. And I vary between tapping and between pressing fully. Give me a second. Oh, I almost had him in the cycle. And sometimes you'll see me over-rotate or land on my head or something like that. That is because of having to deal with that tapping the switch and everything. It took a little bit to get used to, but if you're wanting to run this on the console, it's absolutely can get used to it. There's some really cool new strats and tech on this final drool fight. This is the last boss fight of the game, and I'll give you I'm taking a death so you don't have to listen to that beeping. I'll give you a time coming up here pretty soon. But this is the old school speed strat, and hopefully I can get the non-embarrassing 2 cycle. Ooh, almost got a 1 cycle. Only missed it by 1 or 2 hits. On books about. Love the kick drill music. It's always great. Cool, huge sprite taking up the whole screen. Oops. Well, we might have a 3 cycle of shame. Hey, there we go. Time. Okay. So no 3 cycle of shame, as I like to call it. Although nowadays, with the new strats, you really got to get it done in 1 cycle. So, thanks, folks, for the GGs. I appreciate it. This has one of the things, and I think the reason I keep playing this game all these years later, it's one of my favorite games, is because of this ending title sequence. I won't have you suffer all the way through, but it's just this happy-go-lucky, feel-good, everything's great. Bonk's Adventure also has a great ending title sequence, and this perhaps could be one of the issues with Bonk 3, is that the ending title sequence is, well, it's a bit disappointing, kind of lackluster, big letdown. I don't, whatever other description you could put of it, but. Anywho, folks, we're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to switch over. I'm going to be right back for some Splatterhouse, where Princess Za is going to join me, which was originally scheduled as a race, and I'll let Za tell the story when we get back, because I'm sure it's an interesting one. But there is proof that she was injured. So, anywho, thanks for watching. Thanks for the GGs. I really do appreciate it. If you're all interested in this game, we've got a Discord, we've got a speedrun.com, we've got a great community. We're small, but we're all very friendly and very inviting and welcoming. You're more than welcome to join us. Or you just want to hang out and talk Bonk, because I know there's just millions and millions of people in this world who want to talk Bonk. Join us over on the Bonk Discord. Okay, cool, folks. I'll be right back. Hang in there. We'll see you in just a minute.